What is going on, Jets fans? Welcome back to Jets Media. It's your boy Richie, and the New York Jets get a W to start off the preseason, 20-17. Braylon Allen is my featured player in today's game. Woo! Braylon Allen's looking good out there in his 6 carries, 54 yards, 9 yards per attempt, trucking people out there. There's a lot of good to take away in today's victory in the preseason against the Washington Commanders. I want to share my biggest takeaways of today's game, but I also would love to hear your biggest takeaways of today's game in the comment section down below. So Jets fans, please let me know in the comment section how you're feeling after the Jets W in the preseason. Don't forget to like the video, and I also want to thank you guys because on my live play-by-play reaction, we hit 23,000 subscribers here on Jets Media on YouTube. Just want to thank you guys so much for the love and the support you guys show me on this channel. It means the world to me. 23K entering this season. Woo! 25K by the end of the year. We shall see. Now, getting into my biggest takeaways of today's game, man, there's a lot of good. There's some bad as well. I'll start off with the bad. How about that? The penalties early on was definitely head-scratching. We had, with Tyrod Taylor in the offense out there, Tyrod did not do anything. He had a really beautiful play that unfortunately got negated by an Xavier Newman, ineligible player down the field penalty. Tyrod Taylor on third down extends it, looking young out there. Throwing on the run to Braylon Allen down the right sideline for the first down, but nope, got called back. And I'm like, come on, man. You gotta not be across the line of scrimmage, Xavier Newman. But at the end of the day, I'm not too concerned about the Tyrod Taylor offense not scoring any points because Andrew Peasley and Adrian Martinez, the two rookie undrafted free agent quarterbacks, they both look good today. And I'll be honest, being at training camp, Peasley did not impress me ever. But Peasley went out there and was like 8 for 11 today with a 120 rating. His touchdown he had to Jason Brownlee was beautiful. And by the way, that catch from Jason Brownlee was unbelievable as well. The ability to keep both feet in bounds to get that touchdown from Jason Brownlee, absolutely phenomenal stuff. But going back into the negatives real quick, I also noticed the defense, we struggled against the run a little bit. We're having some poor tackling, but hey, those are all third stringers on the defense. I'm not too worried about that. Those are all the guys that I'm not worried about. And also Jaden Daniels, the rookie on the first drive, went down the field and scored a touchdown on our backup defense. So it's basically the Jets backup defense against the Commanders starting offense. Jarek Bernard-Converse had phenomenal coverage on Brown, and Daniels just put in the bucket, man. That was a phenomenal throw from the rookie. You got to tip your cap to the second overall pick, and then Daniels eventually gets in the end zone on a read option keeper, and Isaiah Oliver took a bad, angle on that, and Daniels gets in the end zone. But enough of the negative, bro. The Jets got way more positive out of this game than negative, in my opinion. Not only did they get the W, which of course is the preseason, doesn't really matter, just gives us good vibes, but there's a lot of players I want to highlight today. Leonard Taylor III. I have been high on this guy since we brought him in. I made a video about him when we brought him in undrafted free agency. I made a video on him a few days ago that he's thriving in training camp. And then today he goes out there with a big boy play with the run stuff. And then later on in the game, he gets a big sack. And then he's doing the Quinton Williams dance on us. Leonard Taylor III. I see you. Or should we call him Lawrence Taylor? I'm getting ahead of myself, I know. But definitely impressed by what Leonard Taylor III showed us today in his preseason debut for the New York Jets. Definitely excited to see if he has a chance to make this roster. Going to be hard for him to do that with Quinton Williams, Solomon Thomas, Lakey Fatu, Javon Kinlaw, and Tanzel Smart all at that same position. Excited to see what he does for the rest of the training camp and, of course, in the preseason. Other guys on defense that I think looked pretty good was Jarek Bernard-Converse. I know that he gave up that 50-yard bomb, but he was draped all over Brown. I mean, that was just a phenomenal grab. And outside of that play, he was every time, Mariota, which played one drive, or, Hartman or Driscoll threw the ball to JBC, he was locking things down. I mean, really exciting stuff because we were all falling in love with Quantez Stiggers because he's our rookie that we're excited about, who by the way, also looked really good today. But JBC is like low-key a rookie right now, right? He did not play in training camp in preseason last year because of his injury. So this is our first taste of what JBC can do, and he really impressed me today. So those are the two guys. Now, Will McDonald, he had a ridiculous spin move, but he got called for roughing the passer, which I think is completely bogus. Will the NFL call that? Yes. You watch the play back. He put his weight on the quarterback. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Will McDonald can't do that, but at the end of the day, you watch the replay. It's like, how is that roughing the passer, bro? But that's just the defense. Let's get into the offense because there's a lot of good things to take away from the offense. Now, it took a little bit for the offense to get clicking, but when the offense clicked, they clicked. I mean, that Brownlee touchdown drive we talked about, how did they get down into the red zone, you ask? The two rookie running backs. Braylon Allen going up the middle, lowering his shoulder for a 12-yard gain, looking like a monster. And then a play after that, or maybe 2 plays after that, Olu has a phenomenal block on the left tackle spot to free him up down the left sideline. Braylon Allen escapes down, and he puts the Jets right in close to the red zone. And then the next set of downs, it's 3rd and 12, and Peasley throws it to Isaiah Davis on an angle route. Isaiah Davis brings in, shows some really good hands, and shows some burst to pick up that first down, and that brings the Jets into the red zone, and then Peasley threw that dime into the back left corner of the end zone to get the touchdown to Jason Brownlee. So that entire drive was Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, and then Jason Brownlee finishing it off with the touchdown. Really cool stuff from that. Those rookies and those players, year 2 players, and Jason Brownlee. I think Olu looked really good at left tackle. From the pass protection standpoint, he was holding up every time he dropped back. I was keeping my eyes on Olu. I did not see any pass rush getting to the quarterback, hitting their blind side or anything like that. So definitely a check mark for Olu. Malachi Corley making his Jets debut. I mean, he had a phenomenal heads-up play. Zach Kuntz catches the ball, but then he drops it, and Malachi somehow comes out of nowhere and catches it before it touches the turf, and then he picks up the first down on 3rd down, which, by the way, led to the Jets getting that 56-yard field goal from Greg Zuerlein. Greg the Leg, 56-yarder. Love to have him back on this Jets team, man. He is like low-key the best player on this team, at least it was last year. But that heads-up play from Malachi was promising. I know that on 3rd and long, like with Tyrod, or was that with Peasley, they threw a screen to Corley, and he kind of ran backwards, and some people were head-scratching it. I'm like, if you're trying to make a play on 3rd and long, not going to be, too hypercritical on Malachi Corley. I think he's showing a lot of promise as a player with the ball in his hands. The Jets just got to get creative. He did have a drop, Corley, on a little out route. Peasley put the ball right where it needed to be. It was a sliding catch that he dropped. It was in his hands. We'll like to see Malachi catch that eventually. But then the other running backs, Izzy Abanikanda, he's definitely, the running back number 4. A lot of people think that he may get cut. Now, the Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, definitely ahead of him in the depth chart. Isaiah Davis looked really good today, by the way, as well. But Izzy did get in the end zone. He's definitely the 4th running back on this roster. Will the Jets roll with 4 running backs? And will Izzy make the team as running back 4? Or will he get cut? We shall see. But it is interesting that the Jets already are bringing Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis, putting him above Izzy on the depth chart. And you see why. I mean, they're just the better running backs. They look really freaking good. So shout out to the Jets running back room. It's filled with youthful talent. I mean, the veteran of the bunch is Breece. And by the way, let me remind you guys, he's entering year 3. So really interesting stuff there. Now, getting into the 4th string offense, I mean, Adrian Martinez was so fun to watch. He really was. I mean, the MVP of the UFL was making play after play. The bomb to Brandon Smith, which was another UFL star that the Jets signed, looked really, really good. He had a ridiculous play, rolling to his right, cross-body dime to Brandon Smith to set up the Jets' game-winning field goal. And then you saw Adrian Martinez show off his legs, picking up the first down with his legs, showing off his mobility, his athleticism. I mean, Adrian Martinez looks really good, and I think he's going to become that new Chris Streveler for Jets fans, where we just attach ourselves to this, quarterback that's trying to make his name for himself, and he looked really good. He was fun to watch. So that's really my takeaways. If I missed anything, definitely let me know in the comment section, guys. An overall positive day for the Jets. No significant injuries, which is a big, big plus. That's the last thing you ever want to see in the preseason is any injuries, and no injuries on Washington's side as well. So that's a check for both parties. So, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If I missed anything, let me know, or let me know anything you took away from this game. Don't forget to smash a like button. I love you guys. Let's go Jets, and I'll see you in the next live show or video. Peace out, folks.